Buyers, I am talking to you today about an extremely important topic, the ultimate real estate nightmare of wire fraud. So we're going to keep this short, but I just want to paint the picture real quick, which is you just wired $500,000 to the title company. You received the email, you received the wire funds, you go to the bank, the money is gone. Only to have a call from the title company a couple hours later saying, "Hey, Lauren, I just want to make sure that you plan on wiring the funds." Well, I already did. I already went to the bank. Here's the receipts. Here's the tracking number. Lauren, we didn't receive anything. And then you begin to look a little bit closer at who sent the email, at the wiring instructions, and you realize they don't match. In a court of law, the person who sends the funds is at fault and there is no recourse. You cannot get your money back. I'm sure there are cases where you can, but that requires a lot of digging, a lot of trying to figure out how to get it back. And I don't know what that answer is. So my answer to prevent that is that you should take an extra, I don't care if it's 30 minutes, but it probably is going to be 5 minutes. An extra phone call or two to call your real estate agent and to call the title company to make sure that you are wiring the money to the right place. I'm not worried about the amount because the amount is going to reflect what you are supposed to send. They might say, hey, there's been an updated change last minute. And because perhaps you just talked to the title company and then you got updated wire instructions, you kind of think you don't have to call again. But if you take a minute and think about the timing of the updated wire instructions, that means somebody's watching your email. So the scam itself is that hackers are watching your emails. They're watching what's going back and forth. They're reading the timing of everything. Most title companies, all title companies, everything's through email. Unless you're the real estate agent and I have my escrow officer's cell phone number on hand, or I decide to call the office. But with a buyer or a seller, everything, all communication is through email, which means if your email has been hacked and somebody's watching it, they can easily swoop in. They are professionals. I mean, even I'm getting like nerves in the pit of my stomach because even just talking about losing $500,000 is giving me anxiety. I just couldn't even imagine. And I know people, thankfully it hasn't been anybody on my watch, but I know people who have sent money to the wrong account. I think in one case it was $400 and in another case it was $25,000. And it's funny because I'll leave the person anonymous, but when this person was not understanding why she couldn't talk to the normal person she talks to order this product that she orders annually, she called me and she said, "Hey, is there any way that you can like try and get in touch with our friend Sam to order the product?" And I said, "Yeah, no problem." So I call him, his phone doesn't work. I message him on Instagram, doesn't work. I send an email and I get this weird response. And the first thing I notice is that it says customer service, CAS instead of CUS. So I called my friend back up and was like, "Dude, it's the wrong email. It's clearly a scam." But this person had already sent the $400 because that's what she was instructed to do. And my point of sharing this story with you is that the scammers change one thing. So instead of being Lauren at laurenmhouse.com, it might be Lauren H at laurenmhouse.com, or maybe it's Lauren spelled LOREN. There's the most subtle difference that unless you are looking for it, you will not see it. So that's the scam. They watch your emails and then they create an email that will be so similar to something that you are expecting to receive and or are already familiar with that when you see the name in the subject line or you see the email address, it doesn't register. And this is a little bit of a random thing, but it's true. The brain doesn't actually read words. The brain sees a first letter, a last letter, and just strings together the middle letters to create the word that you recognize. Which is why, for example, with the word customer service, You see the C and you see the R, but it doesn't click to look at any of the letters in between. You just see service at the end and you assume it says customer service. And so unless you're in tune with these things, it will easily slip by you. I do not want anybody, especially on my watch, but I do not want anybody to ever have to deal with this and lose their savings and lose any amount of money, whether it's $5,000, $500,000, or my very ultra wealthy people, they're $5 to $10 million. I don't want them to lose that. And as much as I tell my clients, I want you to call me as soon as you receive an email to wire any amount of money. They don't. I want them to call the title company and confirm every little thing, everything and anything that revolves around sending money to the title company needs to be confirmed by voice. And if you don't do it, you will regret not taking 5 to 10 minutes to simply confirm. Like I said, we were going to keep this very short. I wanted to explain what the hack is. This wire fraud has been on the rise for over 10 years. And I am now, after really being in touch with it, I've had 2 people within the last year who I know, not real estate related, but 2 people that I know who have been bamboozled and have sent the wrong money. So I just want you to know that it is very real. I know we all think we're invincible and that things aren't going to happen to us, but I can promise you they absolutely will. And it's so not worth it to pretend like it couldn't happen to you. So please, please, please make sure that if you receive anything regarding submitting money to the title company, that you call your real estate agent and or the title company themselves.